Your child absorbed every emotion you tried to hide today, not the version of yourself you showed them, the real one underneath it. The anxiety you swallowed before the school run, the frustration you buried before bedtime, the sadness you pushed down so they wouldn't worry. They felt all of it. And what happens inside their developing brain when they repeatedly absorb emotions you never meant to share, that is what every parent needs to understand right now. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how your hidden emotions reach your child, what it does to their brain over time, and the one simple shift that changes everything, not just for them, but for you too. And stay with me until number 4, because that is the one most parents have never heard, and it might be the most important thing you watch this year. Long before your child understood a single word you said, they were reading you. Not your words, your body, your breathing, the tension in your jaw, the way your shoulders sit when you are carrying something heavy, the microseconds between when something upsets you and when your face catches up with the performance you are putting on. Researchers at the University of California found that infants as young as 6 months old show measurable stress responses when their caregivers experience anxiety, even when that anxiety is deliberately concealed. The child's cortisol levels rise, their heart rate increases, their nervous system shifts into a quiet state of alert. They don't know why they feel unsettled, they just do, because your body told them something was wrong long before your face had the chance to say everything is fine. And this is not something they grow out of. It gets more sophisticated as they get older. A toddler who cannot name a single emotion can walk into a room and feel the atmosphere shift before a single word is spoken. A 5-year-old can sit across from you at dinner and sense that the smile you are wearing does not match the silence underneath it. A 10-year-old has already built an entire internal map of your emotional patterns. They know which topics make you go quiet, which situations make your voice go flat, and exactly how long it takes you to come back after something has upset you. They have been studying you since the day they were born, and they are never wrong. There's a system in your child's brain called mirror neurons, and from the very first months of life, these neurons are doing something that should stop every parent in their tracks. Every emotional expression you see on your face, joy, worry, frustration, fear, their brain rehearses internally as if they are feeling it themselves. This is how empathy develops. This is how children learn to understand the emotional world around them. But it also means that the emotions you carry most consistently become the emotions your child's brain practices most. A parent who moves through the day with quiet, chronic stress is unknowingly giving their child's brain daily rehearsals in anxiety, not because they are a bad parent, because their child's brain is doing exactly what it was built to do: learn from the person they love most in the world. Now here's the part that most parenting videos never tell you, and this is the one that changes everything. When a child senses that something is wrong but no one acknowledges it, when the feeling in the room and the words being spoken don't match, something quietly damaging happens inside them. They don't conclude that everything is fine, they conclude that their own instincts are broken. Over time, a child who repeatedly experiences this disconnect learns to distrust what they feel. They learn that emotions are things to be hidden, managed, and never spoken out loud. They carry that lesson into every friendship, every relationship, and every hard moment they will ever face in their life. Not because you lied to them, but because you tried to protect them from something they were already feeling, and the silence around it taught them more than the truth ever could have. Here's what the research consistently shows, and what most parenting advice gets completely wrong. Children are not protected by parents who hide their emotions. They are protected by parents who name them. Not performing distress in front of a small child, not unloading adult problems onto tiny shoulders, just simple, honest, age-appropriate acknowledgement. Saying, "I'm feeling a little tired today," instead of pretending everything is fine when your body is broadcasting exhaustion on every frequency. Saying, "I felt frustrated earlier, but I'm okay now," instead of acting as though nothing happened and hoping they didn't notice. When you name your emotion out loud, two things happen at exactly the same moment. Your child's nervous system relaxes because the mismatch disappears. What they felt and what you said finally match, and their brain files away a lesson that will follow them for the rest of their life. Feelings are real. Feelings have names, and feelings pass. That one lesson, repeated consistently, is worth more than any book, any class, or any structured activity you will ever give them. The most common thing parents say when they hear this is, "I have already done so much damage. I've been stressed for years. I've been hiding things for years." And that thought needs to stop right now, because the research is equally clear on something else. Children are extraordinarily resilient when repair happens. When a parent comes back after a hard moment and says, "I was struggling earlier and I want you to know that had nothing to do with you," the child's brain doesn't just recover from the hard moment, it builds something stronger than if the difficulty had never happened at all. It builds the understanding that relationships survive hard things, that people can be honest about struggle without falling apart, that love does not require a perfect performance every single day. You are not raising your child in a highlight reel. You are raising them in real life, and real life handled with honesty and warmth is the greatest classroom they will ever sit in. There is one more thing, and it's the simplest of all. Tonight, before your child goes to sleep, you don't need to have a big conversation. You don't need to explain everything. You just need to sit with them for a few minutes and be exactly where you are. Not your phone, not tomorrow's problems, not the version of yourself you think you should be. Just you in that room with that child, fully present for a few minutes at the end of the day. Their nervous system will feel it immediately. Their brain will register it as safety, and they will fall asleep knowing something that every child deserves to know without question, that the person they love most in the world is okay, and so are they. Your child is not looking for a perfect parent. They never were. They are looking for a real one who feels things and doesn't disappear into them, one who struggles sometimes and always comes back, one who tells the truth about being human in a way that makes being human feel completely safe. Every single time you choose honesty over performance, every time you name what you feel instead of quietly burying it, you are giving your child something no toy, no screen, and no perfectly packed lunchbox ever could. You are showing them what it looks like to be a whole person, and that is the most important thing they will ever learn from you. If this made you think about your own childhood or the way you were raised, drop a comment right now. I read every single one, and this conversation matters more than you know. And if something in this video shifted something in you today, subscribe, because next week we're talking about the exact words that make children feel emotionally safe, and some of them are going to completely surprise you. You do not want to miss that one.